The NBA has announced all 3 playoff games that were going to be played on Wednesday will be postponed and rescheduled. The league released a statement after the Milwaukee Bucks players did not take the court for Game 5 of their first-round series against the Orlando Magic.
The Mariners players came off the field and returned to the clubhouse and took a vote and decided not to play.
And there will be no WNBA games tonight.
It's a really unprecedented moment in sports. We have never seen this type of protest. The strike is a historic moment in sports, and one that is not supposed to make you feel good about society or the sports themselves. That's the whole point.
We stand in solidarity with our brothers in the NBA, and will continue this conversation with our brothers and sisters across all leagues and look to take collective action.
I think what you've seen as a progression in terms of it started with WNBA players.
I'm scared for my brothers and sisters, my nieces and nephews, my future son or daughter.
Wearing T-shirts in protest, expands to Colin Kaepernick taking a knee during the national anthem and others following suit. Now you're all the way, 4 years later, into this in which leagues had to commit to sending social justice messaging just so the players would come play. The expansion of it is really stunning, because just a few years ago, these people were almost like pariahs, and now you're accepting it. However, in this moment, there was always going to come a time when someone did something that wasn't quote unquote approved. Sometimes you just gotta take a stand on your own. It's great that Adam Silver is so supportive of the players, but sometimes you got to do something that the boss doesn't want you to do, because that tells you how committed you are to the cause.
Over the last few days in our home state of Wisconsin, we've seen the horrendous video of Jacob Blake being shot in the back 7 times by a police officer in Kenosha, and the additional shooting of protesters. Despite the overwhelming plea for change, there has been no action. So our focus today cannot be on basketball.
It's all about urgency. That's what these athletes feel. They now realize that no matter how popular they are, no matter how determined they are, no matter how big of platforms they have, they're still unheard. They're similar in some ways to protesters shouting in the streets. There's only so much of an effect they can have, because it takes a level of power even greater than their power to speak to true power.
All you do is keep hearing about fear. It's amazing why we keep loving this country, and this country does not love us back.
People feel like it's not an athlete's role. Well, the reason that they have to assume this role is because there aren't enough people of color and of influence in this country. There are not enough compassionate lawmakers who want to use their power, their true power, to enact change. So it's almost like we're the best we got, and if we don't try to do something to break through and get through to some of these people, who else is gonna do it?
I wasn't gonna play tonight, just because I have to just stand by my guns here. Like Doc said, there's a lot going on in the world, and change needs to be made. I have to use my platform to at least get the ball rolling.
They don't understand the vulnerability that it takes. No one wants to be hated. No one wants to have their career taken away from them, which happened to Colin Kaepernick and others. No one wants to have to sacrifice that much, but that's how much they believe in justice.